It was a disappointing result here, losing 3-2 to Hastings. What are your thoughts on the game?
I think if you're a neutral, it was a very good game. There was a lot of chances, a lot of moments that was good for both teams. I don't think we started well. I think we were a little bit off it. We try our best to look back on our previous games and analyse opposition and give the players feedback based on that. And Hastings, fair play to him, come with a different sort of problem today and different kind of shape. So yeah, it took a little bit of time to adjust to that. But we definitely improved. I think we looked a bit more threatening after a couple of substitutions, and the 2 goals that we scored just before half time were obviously great timing, but created fairly well as well.
You mentioned about the substitutions, obviously only came here with 2. The players seem to be a little bit not off the pace, but Hastings seemed to be first to the ball. What do you think the reasons are behind this?
Well, I mean, no excuses. I mean, you look at they've had a game last week, and this is our first one back. Not to excuse it though. We've been in training. We trained last Sunday anyway. But yeah, I think look, it's a massive pitch, and they're used to it. They play on it all year, so that's another thing we've got to adjust to. But I think we improved in terms of trying to get to first and second balls, because that was one of the things we looked at. So yeah, tiny bit leggy, but also at the same time just maybe not anticipating enough or being competitive enough and looking at it and going, right, I've got a job to do here in terms of affecting the first ball, trying to win the first ball. If I can't, right, my mate has got to get next to me and try and get on the second. So yeah, I think, not entirely down to fatigue. I think a bit of it as well was just knowing when to compete and who's close enough to go and affect it.
Well, first game of 2024 is in the bag, and move on to a home game against rivals Dartford next week. What sort of game are you expecting? They
look very strong. We went and watched them early part of last year of the season, and yeah, very good team, very good players. They've got a clear identity of how they want to play. I'm aware of the coach. He's a pretty good coach with good ideas as well. So he'll have them set up well, and obviously they're flying in the league as well. I'm not sure how they got on today against Bromley, but I can assure that they'll probably give them a good game against one of the top outfits in the league. So Sunday will be no different. We've got to make sure that we continue to look at things. I think in possession today, there was a couple of times if we were just a little bit more decisive and played forwards quicker, that's something to maybe look at and work on how we do that. And we've got to make sure that when we get our moments, because we are always a team that gets moments in games, that we're more effective and we really try and hurt the opposition when we get their moments.
Okay, thank you, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you, see you Sunday.